Diego reluctant to let you go?
Yeah. Even the day when I said bye to the lads and stuff, he tried having like another conversation with me in the car park. Basically saying
even when you were going.
Yeah. He understands my reasons why, but he doesn't want me to go. Then
It's like
that was
leaving your
nice,
wife.
Sorry?
It's like you're leaving your wife. Did you just tow you around? Did you go pop up bags in car?
No, but it was really nice to hear it from him, like how much he wanted me to stay coming from somebody like him.
Yeah.
It was really nice. And even then I was having like moments, even when I was on the way to the airport.
Yeah.
But no, I made my mind up that I needed to come back to England.
In Newcastle, and probably the North East, the struggle with the goldfish bowl type thing where football is just their life, like it's everything. How have you dealt with it?
Yeah, the people around here, it's like I said, it is everything. Newcastle's everything to them. And the most important thing for the fans, I think, because of what they've been through, with say the old owner or the manager, and they've not been performing. And look at it now, a year later, the city's just absolutely buzzing. But the city's buzzing, especially the way we've been performing this season and back end of last season as well. And I think the fans deserve that. Newcastle need to be back where they once were, and that's challenging.
Did it surprise you how mad it were up here?
Yeah, definitely.
Because you see it from afar and you think, yeah, the good fans, but.
Yeah, you've always seen them, and you've always noticed that Newcastle. I played at St James's loads of times against them, and you can see that it's a tough place to come. But I am definitely surprised with how passionate they are and the support as well, home and away. It's mad.
Even the lads that were there under the old regime, the players are just on another level, aren't they? The amount of improvement that's...
Yeah, I don't have any disrespect to Steve Bruce because, like I say, you don't manage 1,000 games if you're not a good manager, But yeah, obviously when the new manager comes in, obviously new signings always help a team, like I mentioned Suarez before, that give us a lift. So when I signed in January, it was obviously it was me, then Matty Target. So it gives everyone a lift. And yeah, like I said, the players just needed that just that belief, And then we went through 13 games without losing, and that took us in a great position towards the end of the season, not fighting relegation because. Yeah, it was tough. It was tough in certain moments, but then obviously I got injured. So yeah, that hurt me a lot when I got injured for 3 months.
Lying now.
No, we're doing well. Yeah, I think it's good that the manager had a good pre-season under his belt. Obviously, we didn't do the sheep herding, but
I can't imagine St Maximin chasing the sheep. Can you?
No, but I think that was important for the manager to stamp his authority, how he wants to play, and. Yeah, we've just been attacking every game, and that's the manager's say, just empty your tanks, just give everything.
Mm. Do you know when, like the signings that you've made, were you expecting, I don't really know how to say this, but were you expecting them to go bush? We're going to pay 70, 80 million for players?
No,
or did you know it was going to be like a sort of gradual process?
Yeah, and that's the right way to do it. And, obviously I spoke to the manager before I signed and where he wants the club to go and to help fight relegation, etc. But, you look at the signings that we've made, great characters most importantly for the team. That's what the manager's, good like that. He wants to fit the right characters for the team. He knows they're going to run. They're going to give everything. And yeah, like you see the signings are, we signed Bruno for like 40 million and Sven for 33, but we got Pope for, I think it was like 12 million. He's done unbelievable. Myself for the same, and they made the right signings, and they're just taking it step by step, and that's the right way to do it.
Have you noticed a massive difference in the Eddie Howe at Burnley to the one that came in at Newcastle?
Yeah.
What's changed?
I think the again, no disrespect to Eddie Howe, but it was more when I was at Burnley was winning like 4-3, 3-2 every game, was conceding a lot of goals. I think his defensive unit, the way he sets his teams up, because he came to Madrid to watch us train when I was there, when he didn't have a job at the time, for like 5 days. He was traveling around Europe at different clubs to see how different teams worked. So he's definitely changed in that sense, and just everything about him really he's just he's an unbelievable manager.
Who's best crack in that changing room at minute?
I said Pope, He's very sharp. When you come for him, like banter, he's just got something off the top of his head. He'll just hit you back straight away.
So that's not usually the case with keepers, is it?
No.
Keepers usually
keepers,
like,
no.
oh, right, yeah. Looking good one. Kicking on the ball in my face.
No, so definitely Pope or Callum. Callum Wilson, he's got good banter as well. He's a great manager, Gareth.
What's your best moment, Tottenham?
Tottenham. I think the Ajax game. I think when we got through, Lucas scored the hat-trick. I think because we had to score 3 because they had the away goal as well. So we had to score 3 in like the last 25 minutes, 30 minutes, and he popped up with the hat-trick to put us through into the final. So
More or less last kick of the game.
It was unbelievable, wasn't it?
The euphoria.
Yeah, so I think that's probably my best moment. Yeah.
The best bit about that was their keeper was going berserk, wasn't he? Thinking they'd getting the crowd going, thinking they'd won it.
He thought, that's when it was 2-2.
Yeah. Somebody's filming it from behind.
Yeah.
And he's given it the big, and then Mora's gone and scored.
Yeah, it was incredible. It's just a feeling. It's not many players will have an opportunity to play in the Champions League final. So, going back from my whole career to reach a final of a Champions League, it was an incredible feeling.
Was it the semi? Was it Sterling score?
City. That was a quarter final when we.
The VAR.
Yeah, it was 4-3 at their place, and Raz scored in the last second. And he was offside, and we was like, devastated. And then he gave offside, yeah.
That couple of minutes, he just like, our season's the toss of a coin.
It was just one of those where when he scored, it's like, we've worked so hard, especially in this game. And then when Raz scored, I was devastated. But then when obviously, when the VAR gave offside, it was just fighting for our lives in the last minute and a half. That was a tough game.
I remember, did he get dropped for the final, Mora?
Yeah, Lucas. Yeah, because H was injured. I think for the last. I think it was his ankle. I think he was out for like 2 months, and then Lucas got dropped and Harry come back in.
Oh, it's a bit harsh,
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's a.
You can understand.
No, yeah, I understand. Lucas scored a hat-trick, but it's one of those, like, if he was going to play Lucas and drop somebody else, like, who was going to drop? Because Dele was flying that season. Christian was unbelievable. Sonny. So it's one of those, and you can't. I understand everybody's frustration about it, but for me, you can't have H on the bench.
Nah.
Because he can score in every given moment. But I do feel sorry for Lucas.